What is going on today, guys? Happy Wednesday, May the 18th. My apologies for being MIA the past few days. Been dealing with a move and just got my Wi-Fi installed today, so now I'm back up and running. And let me just start off by saying what a up and down week it's been so far. Up and down, but mainly favoring the downside. It's just been absolutely as volatile as can be. Stocks are, bigger companies trying to rebound. I've noticed. Um, I mean, it's just been absolutely insane these past few weeks. It's really hard to predict, right? When you see legit companies that are getting absolutely brutalized to determine whether or not it's a good entry, and then all of a sudden, maybe not necessarily all time lows, but you know, a few year lows are being hit, and it's been insane. So I for me personally, do I believe a recession is coming? Yes. In terms of time frame, I don't see that happening for quite a few months from now. I do see this bloodbath, this small little bloodbath continuing for a little bit longer before things start heading back to the upside. It's just so much tension in the market. I'm sure there's a lot of other news related items that are causing this. Obviously, the inflation, like we've been talking about, the Russian tensions and all that good stuff. So it's been absolutely insane. I really hope you guys have been profitable. It's been ups and downs, but there's been a lot of opportunities out there. Whatever you trade, options, futures, stocks, ETFs, there's just so much opportunity. Um, but in terms of like long-term holding right now, it's been very tough because there's a lot of these big time companies are getting just hammered. So start off by talking about oil holding up nicely after hours, remaining green. My prediction came true regarding the upturn that happened with oil. I forgot exactly what day it was, but I did predict oil was going to have an upturn, and it did for a day. And then the next day came right back to the downside. Um, yeah, but crazy move with oil. I still see a lot coming with this. Um, any article or any type of news related item that's um, talking about supply issues and stuff like that will send oil back to those March highs. So keep an eye on oil. I still see a lot more in the tank there. Taking a look at S&P Dow and the Nasdaq. Wow, guys. I mean, this doesn't. It's red in after hours as well, but on the day, I believe Nasdaq was down almost 6% or 5.5%. I mean, guys, people's retirement investing portfolios are getting absolutely massacred. I mean, it's just beyond me what is happening. But I mean, not beyond me in the sense that I'm surprised, but obviously, like, you know, prediction wise, I knew that this bloodbath was coming. Um, predicting how long it's gonna last, it's kind of a hard thing to do, obviously. Um, let's just go ahead and dive into it. Talk about the spy. And if you guys aren't already following me on StockTwits, be sure to follow me. Some calls that I've made have been absolutely killer. Um, I will continue to share as much ideas with you guys and potential as time goes on. So make sure to follow here, guys. Doing my best to update you guys as much as possible. Let's hop into the spy, guys. That mental level at 400 obviously has been compromised. For I mean, not quite some time, but as you guys can see, we've gotten down back to these mid 380s levels. This was on the 12th, and I mean, overall, solid consolidation and maintaining the levels here, right? Like in that 400 range for quite a few days, and then today came around and it just slowly bled out as the day went on. So um, it's nice to see a very good buying candle towards the end. It's good to see that. Um, it looks like there must be some bullish sentiment there with this big wick right here. Maybe we'll see a rebound tomorrow. In terms of my predictions, off of a massive red day like this, I do see a small rebound happening heading into tomorrow. Uh, I mean, maybe we could even reclaim the 400 level. Anything is possible with this market. Just got to stay vigilant and be ready to capitalize on opportunities. But realistically, I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to retest the 400. Now, um, obviously, it could head more further to the downside. There's nothing established at this point, guys. I mean, if we really do zoom out, we could see that we have been coming down quite significantly from those highs of I believe it's in the 450s, 460s, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's just been it was nice to see the SPY getting to those levels and get into these highs, but with everything going on, it had to taper. That momentum to the upside had to taper off, and that's what we're seeing here. So keep an eye on the SPY, guys. I do see 400 being reclaimed. In terms of when, I mean, it could happen even as soon as tomorrow, but keep an eye on it, guys. Hopping right on over to UVXY. This is one I was looking at on Monday. I don't believe I alerted it, but Monday I was looking at in the low 14s, like literally right here in this level. And considering how red the market has been, the fact that UVXY has been moving like a snail is absolutely beyond me. The fact that today was as red as it was and UVXY is not even, I feel like this should have had like a. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to be like absurd with my estimate, but I think north of 50% or something. I mean, at least 30, 40, 50%. I mean, what an absolutely insane down day it was. And UVXY, it's good to see though. Slowly build up, but um, I would have expected a more significant move. Like, guys, we've seen this. I mean, we cannot get up over that $20 range. I don't know what's happening exactly, but UVXY, I'm still predicting that a $20 break is imminent. Um, Definitely unfortunate because I was looking at this in the low 14s for an entry, considering the fact that it wasn't reacting to the market the way it should be. Um, with how much bearish momentum there has been, and this just kind of lagging behind in the race. But as you guys can see, if you got in those 14, 15 entry, a nice little payday so far. I mean, you were holding in the mid 17s, and I mean, this is quite frankly, it could go over $20. Keep that in mind, guys, because it can happen in a blink of an eye. So UVXY, keep on watch, and trade at your discretion and your comfort level and all that. So, I mean, really love this name, though. Nice move to the upside from those 14s. Moving on over to my only holding right now, which is in KOLD. And let me start off by saying what a crazy move to the downside this has been. And like I said, I still haven't changed my sentiment on the stock, my overall perspective on the mid to long termish time frame. I still believe that this is going to have a massive retracement back to the upside. And reasoning behind that, I just don't think that natural gas prices, as high as it is it's just not sustainable. And KOLD, the bearish ETF that we're looking at right now has just been absolutely obliterated because of all that bullish momentum. I understand there's been shortages and whatnot, but once, like I said, the demand starts slowing down, we will see a significant bounce here. So keep KOLD on watch, guys. This is my primary position, and I'm more than happy to hold. And also another thing, a split is coming, so a 1-to-4 split on the 26th. Um, Does this really concern me? Not really. This typically happens with these highly volatile ETFs. They will split in order to stay above a price that makes sense, because doesn't want, we don't want to see these ETFs like dwindle down, right? I've seen time and time again of these splits and whatnot. This one, in terms of cold, there actually was one that wasn't that long ago. It's I mean, it was literally a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken. But um, I'm not really concerned about that. I'm still gonna, remain bullish on my position, and we'll see what happens heading into tomorrow, and the upcoming week. So just keep an eye on cold. Moving on over to VERB. This is one that I was talking about on my stocktwits pretty significantly. A company that's been growing nicely quarter over quarter. They have a, very very solid PR, and they had solid earnings recently, yesterday basically. Um, I got in here at 30 cents, and I ended up selling my total position between 40 and 45 cents. Am I kind of kicking myself a little bit because I was planning on holding, and today we saw highs to get back to this almost 60 cent level, and then kind of bled out a little bit down to the right under 50 cent mark. But what a great call this was, and I really hope you guys got in on this one. This was one that I looked at, and it was just one of those pennies that looked so due for a bounce because of that fact that they are a legitimate company. I there was a lot of things that I really like to see in terms of their financials and whatnot. So this was a play that I was heavily confident in, made decent profit on. So I'm happy about it, and I hope you guys got into that. Um, Besides SPY, UVXY, Cold, and Verb, I really don't have much else to talk about. Um, Crypto has been getting slaughtered. It looks like Bitcoin is at 28.7. I do have a position in VECHAIN. I am holding that. Going to continue to buy more as it dips. But overall, I'm still, the outlook for crypto remains long. Like my whole outlook on crypto is, if you buy crypto, just don't look at it for a long time. I think you keep that type of strategy, it'll work out for you in the end, because I've had many instances in the past where I'll buy like a lot of these altcoins. Like I've bought like an XLM Stellar. That's another one. I've bought, quite a few other names, but the whole thing is that I allowed my swing trading habits to get into my crypto world, and if you prevent that from happening and just hold crypto long, and you're in a legitimate crypto that you believe in and done your due diligence on, then just stick to it and hold it for months at a time. Don't worry about the day-to-day price action. Just stick to your plan on it and hold. So, like I said, guys, just to recap, we talked about the SPY, talked about the UVXY, which had a really nice bounce. Cold, which has a bounce that's coming, that's long overdue in my opinion. Not long overdue. I mean, it just had a bounce recently, obviously, like I think a little bit under that $10 mark, but another bounce is coming in cold, in my opinion. And then last but not least, Verb, which was an amazing call. I did call this, I believe it was 5 or 6 days ago, when I did say I added this play. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Um, Okay, I don't know what the hell that is, but anyways, I mean, it says 60%, but it did go higher than that. Obviously, as you guys saw, like 50, the high 50s range. So, make sure you guys are following me here. I try to provide you as much analysis as possible. It's been a crazy market at the moment. So obviously, being for certain about things is, and I'm not saying it's nearly impossible, but just have to stay vigilant, because things are just as volatile as they could possibly be right now. So make sure you guys are protecting your ass, keeping stop losses, whatever your strategies are. Just make sure you're executing, and that's really all that matters. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow my stock twits, and like I said in the video earlier in the video, I do apologize for not updating these past couple days. Just been very hectic moving and still recovering from my wisdom teeth. It's been kind of rough. So shout out to whoever feels my pain there. Anyways, I wish you guys profitable days in the coming trading sessions, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Later, guys.